back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another episode of Get Your Act Together with Mike Bain. With a hood at. You ever? I'm amped, dude. I've been sitting here drinking coffee, eating candy corn, and listening to DMX. Ooh, dude, I'm telling you, man, candy corn goes good in coffee. Oh, with a hood. Oh, you ever do that? Not the candy corn shit, but you ever have a song you've been listening to for years, and you're listening to it with people, and you sing along for the important parts, and then there's a part of the song you don't know, and you just go, you know? You don't want to do that? No one else? I know you motherfuckers do that. Everyone has a song that they listen to. Yo. The cat's gonna. And you just humble. You just mumble along, baby. You don't know what it is. And you just go. Everyone's got that. Remember, Panama by Van Halen? R.I.P. I used to think it was Pandemum. My uncle told me when he used to get fucked up for years, he thought it was, what do you think? Was it Panama? What was that song? Jump. He thought Might As Well Jump was Maxwell Jump. With a hood at, and you just mumble along. I do the same thing when people snap their fingers. I can't snap my fingers, so I just pretend like I just sit there and I do the motion. I do that snap motion, right? Dude, some people go through their whole lives just living that way, just faking their snaps, just all right? Or when you're in church and they do that face shit that they never taught you about. You know that one where, I think it's the cross on the face. In Catholic Church, you do the cross, right? Father, Son, Holy Spirit. What is it? Spectacles, testicles, wallet, and watch. And I do keep my I keep my watch and my wall on the same side. So I don't know about that one, fellas, but there's that fucking one that the boomers all do. They go, and they touch their face, and you're just like, why did no one teach me that? Why? And I just look at everyone, and I would stick my finger up and go, just with a hood at. Oh, baby, I'm good, man. I'm feeling good. I hope you get some positive energy from this. I'm putting it out there. I'm putting it out there into the universe. New studio is looking well. I did a test run. We had some things go wrong. We're working them out. New studio is looking well. The sound gear is amazing. It sounds crisper and cleaner. And we're going to have people on. I'm fucking excited, dude. I was in a rut for a few days. I wasn't sure if I was going to talk about this, but I feel like I have to, because it's not just me. There's no way that it's just me feeling like this. I know it's not. I know you guys are going through it too. And so I got to fucking address it. And I try not to address this shit on the podcast, but I feel like I'm doing a disservice if I don't address it. So with all positivity, let me talk about election stress, right? You can feel it. You can feel it. You can feel it in the air. All right? It's like a nerb. You know what a nerb is? A no reason boner. When you ladies, if you're a dude, especially a young man, sometimes when your willy starts finding himself, he just springs up at inconvenient times. Just, woo, how do you do? And you're like, I am at the whiteboard, you motherfucker. Or, dude, the Oh my God, this was my favorite. This was not my favorite part of junior high, but it was an exciting part of junior high. When guys are starting puberty and your dicks just start getting hard. You look at a girl in class and just ba-ding. And the worst is when you get a nerve right in between periods, at the end of a period and the start of a new period, because you got to walk through the hall with your boner. And we have different techniques. I would like jam it up under my belt. It would hurt. It wasn't a comfortable feeling. I'm going to be completely honest with you. Not a comfortable feeling, but it's way better than having everyone point. And the best was when dudes would walk down the hall with their backpacks in front of them. That is such a junior high staple, is the kid walking with his backpack on his front side. That's just him protecting his fucking nerve. That's him with a boner trying to fucking... And you all, as guys, you all know what's going on. But you can't respectfully draw attention to it. You're just going to be like, Brian. I remember this dude in my class, Brian. He's got 3 girls talking to him, and he's got his backpack in front. And I can see from the side, clear as day boner. Poor bastard's trying to hide it. And I'm like, I would be soaked in fucking sweat right now. I remember at the end of French class, I had a boner because, I don't know, I had this weird love-hate relationships. You know what? It was just a hate relationship. I wanted to hate fuck my lesbian French teacher named Miss Cox. I know you can't make this stuff up. We knew she was lesbian, so we used to call her Miss Anti-Cox. And I don't know, she used to not wear bras, so she would just be beaming. She would be beaming just all kinds of nipply, and I'd just be sitting there going, oh baby, I ain't ever been to Italy, but I'm about to go to Nippoli. And I remember the end of one class, I was sitting at my desk just staying there because I had a mean one, and everyone gets up to leave, and she looks at me and she goes, Michael, is everything all right? And I go, yeah. And I'm just... Anyway, guys, I think I've smoothed it in. I think we can smoothly talk about election stress and election anxiety, regardless of whether or not you're involved in this, okay? Because some people wake up all day, every day, and all they do is just shove fucking toxic election. Just like the way I'm eating candy corn, just election bullshit. Just just devouring it. Guys, I think about 90% of you have known who you're going to vote for. Stop talking about these undecided voters, because there's very few and very far between, and they only matter in states like Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota. Maybe Arizona, New Mexico. New Mexico's probably gonna be blue. It doesn't. Let it fucking go. Let it go. If you live in the West Coast, your state's gonna be blue. If you live in New York or Massachusetts or Rhode Island or Connecticut or New Jersey, it's also gonna be blue. Or Maine or Vermont. You know, it's not just relax. I know. It's easy to say, because you can feel it in the air, even if you're not. And this isn't. We're all going through this. Everyone is feeling this. Trump voters, Biden voters, Joe Jorgensen voters. fucking Joe Jorgensen. I'm sorry, libertarians, but dude, we all go through a libertarian phase. You know, right around the same time we get our no reason boners, and then we grow up and become adults. And I God, dude, it's so funny when you meet a grown ass adult who's still a libertarian. I get it on paper, like communism is one of those things that just looks nice, and then you realize people are fundamentally evil, and the idea of letting them just do whatever they want doesn't make sense. Ah, man, what do we need government for? You know, can't people just do whatever they want? No, because they will fuck kids, okay? They're already doing that. Jesus, man. What do you think? You think Jeff Bezos is going to be nicer to you without a government that he owns? You think Jeff Bezos is a cunt now? All right, you think Bill Gates is a piece of shit right now? Wait till they have their own fucking armies, okay? Wait till they become the modern day British and Dutch East India companies, all right? Those of you who don't know, the real first corporations aren't just, bam, didn't show up in the 20th century. India was conquered by a corporation known as the British East India Company. Now, the Dutch East India Company came first and was very much in charge of their possessions. Now, the earliest European colonists, not colonists, but colonial maritime powers were the Portuguese and the Dutch. But they didn't have very strong militaries, so eventually they were great explorers. They showed up places, but eventually France, Spain, and England, what became Britain, came along and kind of just picked up. We're like, hey, for instance, New Zealand is a place in Australia. They just fucked up the spelling. Australia was discovered by the Dutch. Anyway, the Dutch East India Company operated out of the Indian Ocean, primarily their possessions in Indonesia, Guam, Sumatra, and the British East India Company showed up in India, and they had the ability to declare war and have possession over kind of a standing army that was the British military, but they kind of just had like a lease on it. Yeah. So, and then eventually Britain was like, oh, we got to get, like, thank you for conquering India, Mr. Corporation, but I think we're going to roll back your fucking abilities, okay? And trust me, that's what, anyway, fucking Jesus, Mike, what are you ranting for? Joseph, what is it, Josephine? What's Joe short for? Joey Jorgensen, Lady Joe Jorgensen. She's going to win. That's like, no, regardless of whether or not you're a Trump supporter, a Biden supporter, whoever that motherfucker from the Green Party is, Joey Jorgensen, Joe Jorgensen of the Libertarians, or whether you don't vote or anything, we have all been brutally, on a mental level, sodomized with political bullshit. All right? This is the end of the world. Blah, blah, blah. And regardless of whether or not you think this is the end of the world or you don't, the anticipation of the unknown is a motherfucker, because it's been coming down to this. And we have been hearing about it for way too fucking long. And I know you can feel the tenseness in the air. You can feel, like, especially because I'm in New Hampshire right now, and this is a battleground state. So I try to go hiking, and there are signs everywhere, all along the road, all along public parts of the road. It's a lot. And it's tough to get away from it, because every single fucking celebrity is mentioning it and bringing it up. And it is in your sports. It is in your TV shows. It is all over social media. It is everywhere. There is no getting around it. And here's the thing. I'm not saying it's going to be better. All the problems we have are not going to go away regardless of who you voted for. All right, they're going to be there, and we're just going to be dealt with in a different way. But here's the thing. I'm not going to have to log into Instagram and have them to get up my fucking dick hole about whether or not I'm registered to vote. All right, and they'll go from attacking you over what you'll stop getting attacked for if you vote or not to you'll be attacked for voting for the wrong person. That's what it's going to be. But as well as say, because I got in a weird funk. There's something in the air, and I'm a person who I know I'm pretty hardened to this. And if it gets to me, there's no doubt I know it's getting other people. And I feel like no one wants to say anything, because we're all supposed to just suck it up, and especially with the way it's being drilled into us by corporate America about what we're supposed to fucking think. And it's okay, guys. It's okay to be stressed the fuck out, because it is stressful. Not about whether or not even your guy's going to win. It's just stressful because you just don't. This thing has been built up so much and you don't fucking know. And you just want it to be over. Not even the fucking, just fucking. And the problem is because of mail-in ballots, it's not going to be. It's going to be contested. But I'm just, once we're around the 3rd, it's just, shit's going to be weird, but wait it out. You're not alone. There isn't, the country has a weird energy. And the COVID shit, the inability to see other people, wearing masks and not even being able to see your fellow man's face and to humanize him or her, to look at them as a human being, to go out and dance with them and drink with them and integrate with them and to shake hands. Dude, I can't shake hands with some people. That has a profound psychological effect. Because not only have we been told that our fellow countrymen are our enemies and that they're wanting to destroy our democracy and they hate you. These other people, even though they don't hate you, they vote for someone that they think is best for them. And because they've done that, they hate you. And you don't get to talk to people. You don't get to see people. You don't even, some of you ain't fucking, like I'm talking to some people. I'm matching with chicks on date naps and they're like, socially distanced dates, not seeing anyone till COVID's over. And I'm like, well, then you're never seeing anyone, bitch, because this isn't going away. You're going to be wearing masks forever if you keep, like, there is no end. I'm sorry, guys. There's not, like, because there's going to be another version of COVID and then another virus and another virus. It's like the flu. It comes every year. So, no, just stop fucking waiting to live and go live. And all that's having an impact. Not being able to hang out with your friends. All that shit matters. Lack of human interaction and loneliness will fuck you up more than anything. And then you start hating people. When you can't love them, you hate them. So stay strong, motherfuckers. All right? We're going to grow out of this phase just like our no reason bonus. We're going to grow out. We're going to figure out. We're going to use our backpacks for masks on our woodies. All right? It's going to be tough because it's going to get cold and people are going to be stuck inside again. And people aren't even... Dude, I was so looking forward to the holidays this year. I don't know what I'm going to do because I had a lot of bad holidays for a long time. And now I was like, oh, dude, I can't wait for Thanksgiving and Christmas. And some of my relatives ain't doing shit. And that's gonna hurt too. So you're not alone. It's okay to feel stressed out and anxious or over this shit. Just understand, if you want to vote, go vote. And if you don't want to vote, don't vote. And if you want to vote for whoever the fuck you want to vote for them. And once you do that, take a step back and realize, I've done all I can. I've done everything I can. I can't do anymore. All right? It's just, you ever work out at the gym and you're just like, I hit my limit. You're fucking and you go, you ever have sex after when you're out of shape and you start, that's you. You pumped your last pump, buddy. And you're sitting there and you're looking at your dick like, when would you get hot again? He's just out, baby. You voted. You're out. It's all good. You've done what you can, and you can't do anymore, and it's out of your control. So let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Let it be. Speaking words of wisdom, let it be. I thought that song was Let It Be. Let It Be. Let It Be. It comes after A and before C. You're my favorite letter, let her be. Anyway, man, so I was in a rut, and one of the reasons I got out of it is because I called up a friend. So reach out to someone. I called up my friend Lenny, and Lenny's a friend of mine. She's from Brooklyn, and Lenny, I met when I was in the city. Lenny also, so Lenny actually, she doesn't do a podcast anymore, but she has like an Instagram if you want to check it out called mental health _with_ Lenny, Lenni. And there's some, she puts some stuff up there because she likes helping people. And whenever we talk, we joke, we kind of talk shit to one another and have a laugh, and we talk about life. And super fun, super sweet girl. She's a woman. She's a grown-ass woman. I should be calling her a girl. And there's certain people, you got to have those people that, I remember my friend Kelsey did this for me. I was having a rough ass fucking day, man. I had one of those days where I woke up and I was just like, I wish I could eat a fucking bullet. Like, I wish I could eat a fucking bullet. One of those days, and those days suck. And I had one of those days. And my friend, I don't know if she still does stand up, but Kelsey Claire Hagen called me up, and Kelsey's from Wisconsin, and she has this thick Wisconsin accent. She goes, "Hey, what's up, buddy?" And I just start dying. Like, I go, "What's up, Kelsey?" She goes, "I'm just having a let's go to a movie. I'm just having a great day. I did some groceries." And I don't know what it was, but the joy in her voice was infectious, and it took me right out of my suicidal state. And I laughed on the phone with her for like fucking 15 minutes. She didn't have anything. She was just trying to talk to me, and I'm just like, and eventually she's like, can we talk? And so you got to have those people, man. Those people that are just gonna give you a fucking chuckle, let you know. You need those motherfuckers, man. You need that shit in your life. You really do. And funny, I was Lenny helped get me out of a funk. We were talking, and it it turned into her giving me shit. Because we were talking about getting old, and her back was hurt, and I was like, my fucking knee hurts. I hurt my knee hiking. I had to buy a knee brace at Rite Aid. Okay, and I'm eating candy corn. You know what? I like candy corn. I like it. I'm out of the closet. About candy corn, ladies and gentlemen. I like candy corn. I became my father. I'm an old man. Okay? I like coffee-flavored ice cream. I like pistachio. All right? Do you remember as a kid you would get ice cream and your dad would get coffee-flavored or pistachio? And you'd be like, what a fucking loser. You could get strawberry ice cream and you get pistachio, you fucking lump. And that's just life. Life just beats you down, and you learn to enjoy the suffering. That's what being a grown-up is. That's why grown-ups like the worst food ever. Because life just sodomized them, and they're like, fuck it. I've learned to like it. I like the pain now. I like black coffee. I do. When I stopped drinking, I loved whiskey. I don't want fruity fucking drinks. I would just chug straight whiskey. I loved the burn. The burn and the pain. Oh my God. Jesus, Mike, you sound more like a masochist than a sadist right now. Candy corn. I love candy corn now. I like this shit. Like it. You know what I also like? I like the brown candy corn. You ever seen those ones? They got brown instead of yellow. Dude, next time I go to this candy store, I'm gonna get some circus peanuts. I don't know if I'm ready for them. Only candy I still hate are Dots. Dots fucking suck. Dots are the worst because they look fun. They look like they're gonna be gummy bears, and then they just stick to your teeth, and you're just sitting there like a dog with peanut butter in his gums, or a horse trying to get his bridle out, his bit. It's so embarrassing. It is the most embarrassing thing ever. Dots are no good. All right, we gotta have a talk about Halloween candy, man. People who hand out dots are just... People who hand out dots are sadists. They are. They people who hand out dots want the downfall of America. When you go to someone's house with your kid this year, oh wait, you can't because of COVID. That's gonna suck too. And if they hand out dots, that person that person is for the downfall of America. That person is a fifth column terrorist. That's who they are. Oh, and by the way, as bad as it is in America, at least we're not France. Dude, they had 2 decapitations this month. You know what? I'm sorry to the people of France. I don't think any of you are listening, but as bad as it gets here in America, dude, at least we got guns. At least you got guns, man. They're fucking chopping head. Islamic fundamentalists are in France and they're chopping heads off, and the French can't do shit about it. I'm sorry. I know it's fucked up. I shouldn't be laughing. But imagine being in a country and your country just brought in a bunch of people from a war zone and they're ready to fucking rock and they're chopping heads off and fucking taking your daughters as child brides and you don't have a gun. That would fucking suck. That would suck so much. Fuck you, Europe. You're done. I'm sorry. In all seriousness, that's a terrible situation. I hope you guys get your fucking act together. I hope things work out for you. That's fucked up. I have a very dark sense of humor. It's coming out. Anyway, talking to Lenny, and we get in an argument over who is the most hood. Well, you know what? So, Lenny was raised in Brooklyn. She goes, well, she called me Ratchet. And I go, well, fuck you. You're Ratchet too. And she goes, no, I'm hood. And I go, I'm hood too. And she goes, no, but you're hood and Ratchet. She goes, I'm hood. I'm not Ratchet though. I go, what the fuck do I do that's ratchet? And she goes, do you have any underwears that have holes in them? And I go, well, you know, and she goes, no wells. Do you have, look, sometimes I wear all my good underwear and then, you know, I haven't done laundry and you got to take out the holy underwear, right? And I would never wear them on a date with a girl. I would never wear them out to a nice dinner. But, you know, I'm working on a job site. I don't fucking care. And they're not like crazy holes. They're just down, you know, the boxes I have kind of ripped down. And then she goes, Michael, do you have holes in your underwear? Yes and no. And I said, yes. And she goes, you fucking Ratchet. And I go, fuck, I am kind of Ratchet. And she goes, what else you do? What do you eat? And I go, well, you know, we got to talking about food. And I mentioned that when I crack the can of tuna, I drink the tuna juice. And she goes, that's fucking disgusting. And she goes, you drain that shit. And I go, no, you drink that shit. That's good for you. That's where you get all that protein, make you nice and manly. Well, she's like, I don't want that. I go, that's where you get your omega-3s. I'm not fucking around too. My dad raised me to drink the tuna juice. My dad would crack a can of tuna and he would pass it between me, my brother, and him, and we would take swigs. We would take swigs of tuna juice. It was just like when my dad would get a bottle of grape tonic. And he'd say, take a swig. And we would take swigs. Pass it. We did the same thing with tuna juice. And it's a bad habit. She goes, that is fucking Ratchet. And I go, I don't know if that's Ratchet for this. I go, am I Ratchet because I eat Spam? I try not to. And she goes, yes. And I go, well, I used to make Spam and mac and cheese. Spam and mac and cheese isn't that bad. Fuck you. Okay, you can tell a lot. The other night, I had brie and chorizo on crackers, but they were wheat thins, so I don't know how Ratchet that is. All right. And she goes, is your cheese sliced? Did you get it from a deli? And I go, I do get it from a deli, but that cheese can go bad. Kraft Singles never goes bad. All right. That stuff will last through a nuclear apocalypse. So you got to have the Kraft Singles in the fridge in case you run out of the regular cheese. And I go, you know what? Fuck you. You're Dominican. I bet you eat Vienna sausages because Hispanics all fuck with Vienna sausages. Goya and Amor. All right. And I eat Amor discount spam. Not anymore, Amor. And he's like, all right, my mom used to make them, but I didn't fuck with them. And I go, I bet you eat Vienna sausage mofongo. Actually, mofongo's fucking amazing. Well, I don't know. I think the shit I used to get from the Dominicans near me wasn't real mofongo. It was like plantains, and like a lasagna, and they would stick beef in the middle, and then on top more plantains, and then just a slice of yellow American cheese. Shit was fucking amazing. Oh, after the gym, it was the best. And she called me out on that. I put hot dogs in my spaghetti, and she said, that is fucking Ratchet. And I go, well, you know what? Fuck you. And I put ketchup on my bacon, and she goes, "That's fucking Ratchet." And I that one is one of those. Do you ever just do shit as a kid, and you do it in your family, and your family raises you to do it, and you think this is normal, and then you get out in the world and you realize that this is just something that my family did? That was my family with ketchup on bacon. Just dip it in bacon, dip your bacon in ketchup. Hot dogs and everything. She goes, "Do you eat food out of the can?" And I go, I do. I will eat soup right out the can. My dad used to do that. He would eat it out the can, and he would come home drunk from the pub. He would fill up a pot. He would heat it up, and then he would just sit there and eat right out the pot. Just leave the pot in his belly as he would pass out. Every week, he would take all his leftovers and throw it in a pot with some gravy and make a stew. Oh, God. She's like, "You're fucking Ratchet." And I go, "Fuck you." And I was like, I am Ratchet. And it made me feel better to realize how trashy I am and not worry about fucking what's going to happen. Because hella high water, ladies and gentlemen. I'm not new poor. I'm old poor, okay? Even when I eat, I've had those times where you sit down and you go, "Wow, look at me. I'm eating organic eggs and green beans." And then you go, "But I also bought it with EBT." Oh, you go, "Oh shit, I'm garbage. Oh man, I'm sitting over here. Only time I eat good is with my snaps." Dude, my dad used to make me mayo sandwiches. It was just pieces of bread with mayo on it. Oh, dude, I used to butter saltines. Jesus Christ. All right, she's right. I'm Ratchet. You know how I know I'm Ratchet? Because Facebook Marketplace keeps... Facebook fucking Marketplace is tailoring its advertisements to me. And dude, go on Facebook and look at Marketplace and see what it shows you. And it shows me car tires because I was looking for winter tires, but it also, the other thing it showed me some girl in the town of Quincy, Massachusetts, who was selling men's sweatpants that she wore. This woman is just wearing a pair, and then a dude selling a spoon. That's what it was. Is a lady wearing men's sweatpants used, and a dude selling a spoon. Those are my top picks, is a spoon and used muff sweatpants. Those are my top picks. You know what my other picks are? Pokemon cards. Some dude selling a Blastoise for $100,000. Motherfucker, $100,000 for a holograph Blastoise? Eat my fucking ass. Fuck you. $100,000 for a Blastoise? Get the fuck out of here. Maybe not even a Charizard. Anyone's paying $100,000 for a Pokemon card is a sucker. But I think that's how I know him. That's how I know I'm Ratchet. And anyway, we got to talking about what the fuck. So let's let into something else. Latin women are the most jealous women in the world. They are. Hands down. I've had many talks with my buddy Pablo about this. Pablo's Puerto Rican, and Pablo will say, Latina is the easiest woman to dominate. I go, "You sure about that, Pablo?" He goes, "Yes, you're just gonna do it." And I go, I don't know about that one, man. I dated an Arab before. That shit's rough too. But I mean, well, no, that shit is rough. White women. Well, you know what? White women get that feminism, third wave feminism, so they're super bitchy. I think what Pablo means to say is Latin women want to be women and they want a strong man, and they do, but they get fucking jealous. Like, I've talked with Latin girls, I talked with Latinas off of dating apps, and they would ask me, "Are you fucking anyone?" And I go, "Well, I gotta, I used to, I call it the rotation. I wouldn't say this out loud, but ideally I would have, any one time, ideal number is like 5, give or take one, anywhere from, 4 to 6 is ideal. Any more than that, and it gets way too much work, but just friends with benefits, fuck buddies that you hook up with, that you just have sex with. And you can do it in the country. It's not as easy. It's easier to do in the city, but you can pull it off in the country. But anyway, they would just be like, you haven't. I go, sometimes I do stuff. I'm not, for the record, word of advice, guys, when a woman asks you when you last fucked, don't lie to her. Because I fucked that. I remember before, this was a while back, I was talking to this black girl from Brooklyn. Ain't nothing but a Brooklyn girl. She was raised in Queens, if you know about me. Ain't nothing but a Brownsville girl. Love her good. I don't give a fuck. Ain't nothing like a hood New York girl. They think they're so fucking scary, and because they intimidate some fucking white dude from the Midwest and the Upper West Side, and then you just look at him and you go, fucking relax. I don't give a fuck if you're from Brownsville. I'ma still come at you. You ain't like oh dude. Love a good, hey man, I'm a sucio papi. I'm a dirty daddy. I could have a dirty girl. I love all this. I love Spanish slang. The dudes I know from Central America, we would go out to drink. And they'd be like, oh man, we're gonna get some sucia cochinas, some dirty girls. Puerto Ricans and Dominicans will say puti puercas, some puti puercas. Puti I think means bitch, and it doesn't fully translate. But puerca means pig, right? Like if you, I love a good puti puerca. Beware of a puerca. If you meet a girl who's a puerca, oh, that's a girl who like has holes in her panties and she doesn't change them for 3 straight fucking days. But I don't know, man. Sometimes a puerca is fun. Shit, man. You meet hood girls and they're like, oh, you gonna be intimidated? You go, nah, go ahead, stab me. I will hold that knife in while I fuck you. Don't ever be intimidated by women, boys. Don't ever. Don't fucking do that. Anyway, she asked me, when did you last have sex? And I had fucked 2 days before. And I said, like 2 weeks. And she goes, well, I had sex last night. And I go, what the fucking fuck? And I go, Mike, why'd you lie? Like, who gives a, if you never be afraid of, this goes for life, this goes for women. Do not be afraid of losing the sale. Okay? If you lose the sale, it doesn't fucking matter. You will make another sale. All right? And as a man, you're selling dick. You're selling you. You're a product. Hey, that's what I am. Hey, I'm a man. I got some dick. Hey, what's up? Hey! Back scratcher, dick over here. Hot dogs, water. We got some peanuts. You got some dick. We got some dick. That's what you're doing. You're that dude. That's what you do when you go outside as a man. Stop acting like you don't. That's what you do. And stop being afraid of losing the sale. It doesn't fucking matter if you lose the sale. If you lose the sale, fuck it. So what? Doesn't fucking matter. Let it go. Let it go, man. Let go. Doesn't matter if you lose the sale. It ain't a big deal. Find a new girl. Don't put them on pedestals. You ruin it that way. So don't ever, just be honest. And if being honest means you don't get laid, you don't fucking get laid. Fuck it. Fuck it. Right? Doesn't matter. There'll be more. Fuck. Anyway, I would talk to Latin girls on dating apps, and they would say, we were like, what do you want? And I go, I'm just looking to have fun. They go, well, if you want to fuck, you can only fuck me. And I go, you fucking, are you kidding me? We're not going steady. I haven't met you. I've never met you in person. I just know your name. I know your name, and I know you're from Brooklyn. I don't know anything else. The Latin girl, I got that from, it was really, I'm trying to think. I think I always got that from Latinas. That is just the funniest thing to me, is this, I don't know you, but like, I understand if you fuck a few times and you decide, hey, let's not use condoms, we can just, ain't no thing, we're just gonna fuck. Like, maybe there, but the audacity to tell someone you've never fucked, that's my dick, like, get the fuck out of here, dude. Dude, I'm so curious as to if polyamory works in Latin America. I really want to see how that works. And I will come to the defense of Latinas. There is a real, they do certainly get jealous, and there's a kind of a reason, because look, all men cheat. All men cheat. All women cheat. And all men cheat. But like Mediterranean peoples, Latino peoples, Latin peoples, Italians, Latinos, They cheat in a different way. And so I'll include definitely the Italians, because I've heard the Italians called a race of pimps, and Italians and French and Latinos are womanizers and blah, blah, blah. But Italians, maybe to a degree the French, and Latinos, I don't know if Greeks, but definitely like Spanish, Portuguese, and Latinos. Like Irish and Celtic, Germanic, Northern Europeans, they'll cheat. They'll go to a pub and they'll get drunk and they'll fuck some blouse at the pub and then not tell their wives. And their wives will do the same thing with guys. Excuse me, but I can say from working with Latino dudes, I'll work with a Dominican and this dude will have a wife and then he'll have 5 full-time girlfriends, maybe kids with some of them, and then work 3 fucking jobs and still have time to hang out, drink, and smoke weed after work. And I just be like, how, dude, I could barely, like, just having a rotation of women just that you're regularly having sex with takes time and effort. I never had time with one girlfriend to live my life. How the fuck are these dudes? And so that creates a level of distrust. I was always amazed by the amount of, and they weren't even like good looking dudes or big dick dudes or rich dudes. He's just fucking, that's just Manny, and he's a cab driver. And he's got a fucking wife in Brooklyn, and he's got a girlfriend in Queens, and he's got a baby mama in the Bronx, and none of them know about each other. None of them. Oh, dude, it's. So I get it. I get it, Latinas. I kind of see where it's coming from. But my friend, so the guy I'm working with on the next stage of the podcast, his name's Rob. You're going to hear his name. I'm going to talk about him. I don't think he's listening to this episode and whatever. Fucking, you want in on the game, Rob. This is how it's going to be. I'm working with Rob last couple of times. Now his girlfriend's Colombian and Rob's a white dude, kind of like white Irish dude from Mass, but, grew up just very white, suburban dude. And he met her down in Colombia. She'll call him up and we're in the studio and she, he speaks Spanish, she'll be speaking Spanish and I can pick up little bits. And she's like, what are you doing? And he goes, I'm hanging with a friend. She goes, show me. And they're on like video chat and he has to turn his phone and show her. And I'm like, what the fuck are you doing, dude? That's a no. You never fucking show them, man. You never give in like that. He goes, it's not worth the fight. And I go, fuck yes it is. Fuck yes it is. If you give an inch, they're going to take a mile. You do not fucking know. No. Also, let him be a little jealous. Jealousy is not good for a relationship in big quantities. They shouldn't. So let me rephrase this. It's not good to be jealous. All right? It's not good. It will fuck up your relationship with your significant other because if you're jealous, a lot of jealousy comes from a lack of trust. If you don't trust the person you're with, why the fuck are you with them? A relationship is a team. To take on the edifice that is life. That is what your spouse is someone who is tackling this insurmountable behemoth known as life. And if you can't trust your fucking teammate, why are they your teammate? Right? Just think of that. So you gotta fucking, as a dude, you nip that in the fucking butt. As we said, Latinas, very jealous. They are a very jealous group of ladies. But here's the thing. It's important to remember. You need them to know that you can still get it. You need your woman to know that you can still get pussy if you want to get pussy. And I don't know, I think it's probably healthy for girls too. Right? When I was a younger, insecure man, I remember seeing my girl get checked out, and I remember being like, I'll fucking kill that motherfucker. And I'm like, dude, if you're secure as a man, you shouldn't be bothered by it. It's one thing if they're being really grotesque, and you want to stand up for it because it's uncomfortable. But if a dude's checking out your girl, you should want that. You know, you should, like, isn't it, if you get a car, right, do you want people to go, look at that fucking jalopy? Or do you want them to go, God damn, what is that, dude? What is that? Is it a Ferrari? Is it a Maserati? Whoa, dude, look at that fucking engine. Oh, dude, look at them titties. Look at that ass. Like, fucking, come on, dude, that's what you want. And you should be secure enough. And if she cheats on you, fuck her, you get a new one. Just let it go. Just, no, you should want that. You should want... You should want, when you walk down the street, other dudes next to break, like a Steven Seagal movie, just cracking as they turn to look at your girl from behind, like, oh, you see that fuck? And you go, that's mine. That's mine. That's mine. That's good, man. Don't be like that. Don't be all fucking, stop. If people check out your spouse, that's a good thing. All right? And you don't want your girl jealous. That's not healthy. You don't want her jealous, but you want her to know you can go get it if you want it. That is fundamental, because if she knows you can't get it, you're fucking done. You ever work for a company, right? And you're like, I'm going to quit this job. And they go, no, you ain't. No, you ain't, Bobby. What are you going to do? You fucking bum. You got no experience. You'll never make you'll never make money like this. And they're right, because you didn't do any training and your skills have gone to shit and you're a lump and you're lazy. And so they get to treat you and pay you garbage. Right? It's like a guy playing baseball and his arm's on the verge of being blown out. And he's like, I'm going to go pitch for the Oakland A's. Fuck you, Tampa. And then Tampa goes, you ain't going to do shit, bitch. Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up with your bum-ass bitch arm, you bitch. That's what women do. That's what women do. You go, I'm going to leave you. And they go, shut up, bitch. Shut up with your limp-ass dick. You ain't going to do shit, you bitch. You bitch with your man titties and your big old belly. Shut up, Robbie. I saw you bend over the other day to tie your shoes. And when you came up, you were out of breath. You had to go back down 3 times to tie one sneaker. You fucking lump. You fucking... They know that. That's why you have to, as a man, never get rusty. You never get rusty. When you're out and about, don't be afraid to flirt with girls. I'm not saying you fucking try and fuck them or you let your girl know, but when you're out and about as a man, you should be fun and friendly and effervescent. You know, nice and bubbly. You get out there and you're like, hey, you just talk with them. You don't ever let that shit get rusty. Because if a woman knows you're not going to get any, she'll stop fucking you. I've watched it happen so many times. Where guys get married and their women just stop. And they're like, what are you going to fucking do? What are you going to do? Huh? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do, limp dick, you bitch? What are you going to do? They need to know that you can get it. All right? You want them to trust you. All right, now when you go on a trip to Vegas with your friends for a bachelor party, you don't ever want to hear you can't go. And if they say that, you say, then you can't be my girlfriend. I'm the man, you're the woman. You don't fucking set stipulations for me like that. I'm going with my friends on this bachelor party. This is not up for debate. All right, you want to go with your girlfriends, whatever. Now, you want her to trust you. You need her to trust you. That's important. You want that. Trust, like I said, you need trust. But in the back of her head, you kind of want her to think, like, he could get pussy there. He could do it. He could. And she's kind of like, man, just keep them on their toes. Don't devolve their trust. Do not depreciate trust. If this goes for both of you. Because guys, women, you don't have to do this because we know. You can get dick whenever you want. It's like that Eddie Murphy joke where he talks about your girlfriend goes on vacation and you're thinking about all the pussy you're going to get. And meanwhile, she's getting plowed in Trinidad. She's in Trinidad. She's getting plowed by Trinidad and Tobago. Trinidad and Tobago are double teaming your girl. You're getting big dick dudes on both islands. You know, Jock or John Claude, I forget what he called him, comes over fucking with a baby arm, slams her up. I just had a conversation with 3 of my friends walking. It was the afternoon. It was still daylight out, and this woman comes up kind of loose, kind of she'd been drinking, from a pub, from one of the bars here, the Yubby bars, and she says to that, like, there's 3 or 4 of them, and she goes, my husband's out of town, come back to my place and fuck me. Now, this was just random. And my friends were like, they didn't go for it. They go, maybe if we were drunk. But they were just, they couldn't believe it. And I've watched many of the guys I know I've heard stories about women that they met who were on vacation from their office job, who had husbands and kids, or women on bachelorette parties. I hear about that one all the time. I hear all about women cheat all the time, and they just don't they don't talk about it, because with women, it's not a numbers game. They don't men jack their stats. Women lie about them, okay? All right? Women are put up their numbers like Democrats treat COVID. They're jacking some numbers up, and excuse me, men do that, and women are more like Republicans. They're saying the numbers are a lot less. That's how it works. And dude, just for the love of fucking God, man, be smart. Don't abuse the trust. But, let them know. Let them, if think about what that says. You're a product, whether you like to fucking admit it or not. And if you can go to a party town, right? And there isn't, and your significant other can't think they can get some while they're there, that says something about what your product is. All right, and they may be content with that. They don't have to worry. But deep down inside, like in the lizard part of their brain, if no one else wants to mate with your mate, that says that those genes are bad, and you start questioning your own mate. All right? I promise you, the more other people want to... You ever notice how people want to fuck people, and you go, I don't see what it is, but they're famous, and it's because other people want to fuck them? That's how it works. Pre-selection. All right. I've been to the Louvre in Paris, the museum, the art museum. The Mona Lisa fucking sucks. There's so many beautiful paintings there. Beautiful, epic paintings of battles, of fights between heaven and hell, of these epic battles from medieval times. And then there's a Mona Lisa. You know why the Mona Lisa's famous? Because she's fucking famous. And people are taking pictures of her. Do you know why? Because other people are taking pictures of her. That's how people work, man. And if the person you're dating knows that other people don't want to fuck you, they're going to start questioning why they're fucking you. Think about what that says, man. If you're the only one who eats at a restaurant and everyone else is like, oh, no, I'm good. You're like, dude, the Kung Pao chicken here is great. They're like, yeah, okay, dude. And you start to think, like, what's wrong with that chicken, man? And they go, yeah, I'll pass. I'm not trying to get the squirts. And you go, what do you mean? And you go, well, everyone doesn't get diarrhea after eating Kung Pao chicken? And they go, no, Michael, they don't. And you go, oh, fuck, I've been eating bad chicken. You don't want your significant other to go, oh, this motherfucker's some bad chicken. All right? So don't ever lose your ability. And people don't like hearing this, especially women. Women, you will never find a man attractive if he can't be a man anymore. All right? If a man can't still be a man, if he can't hunt, both in the sense of providing, like be a hunter and get food and protect and handle that shit, but also hunt for women, you're not going to be attracted to him. And fellas, are you really going to be and men are more open about this, but if you get a girl and then you put on a ring on her finger and then she goes up 5 dress sizes because they get comfortable, it's okay to feel safe with your person, but beware you're getting too comfortable, man. No, that's not good for anyone. It's not good for you, either of you, because then you start feeling shitty about yourself, and then you think, and I've done this, I've been in these relationships where You love a person and you find them beautiful, but they hate themselves. And they start to hate and resent you because you hate and resent them and they devalue themselves. Fuck, that's a whole other episode. Anyway, someone asked me, how do I get out of my lease? Fucking leave, dude. Dude. They had a lease for an apartment and they want to leave. Just fucking leave. Dude, for real. Just fuck it, man. Balls to the wall. Grab your shit and bounce. You can do it. I had people tell me I couldn't just quit jobs or I would just stop showing up. What are you going to do? Dude, it's never been easier to be a renter. With COVID and shit, the courts, depending on what state you're in, are overwhelmingly in your favor. I've just talked with several people who broke leases. Just break it. Maybe you'll have to pay something. At the end of the day, fuck it. It's you being in a bad space with bad energy and a bad mental fucking environment is worth whatever money you're gonna have to pay out. It is. If your living space is everything. And when you're in a bad living space, and I've been in bad living spaces for the vast majority of my life, it fucks you up. And it fucks up how you interact with other people. It fucks up your relationships. It fucks up work. It fucks up everything. Your living situation should be paramount. Right? So, see what they can get you on. Look up what's going on in your city right now as far as eviction laws or breaking a lease. I broke my lease in June in Brooklyn. Now, I had been moved out a few months before. I was hoping to come back, and I was like, I can't afford to do this. I'm fucking dying here. And my landlord was a Hasidic Jew, like many of the landlords in Brooklyn, and he tried to fuck me. I said, I want back my last month's rent, and I want back my security deposit. And he was, Mike, I don't know if we can do this. What can we do? And I go, Simon, I've been a good tenant. Okay, I've gone above and beyond with all of the bullshit. We lost heat in one of the coldest week of the year. Okay, I thought I was gonna freeze to death. There's black mold. The place is falling apart. I killed the fucking pests. Get at me, dog. Get off my fucking balls, Simon. And he goes, I give you 50-50. And I was like, he's just trying to fuck me. And then eventually I try and get roommates. And then I don't know if this is good. And I'm like, don't you fuck me. I'm getting a new guy for this room. And eventually I go, one of the other girls is going to take over the room and you can stick someone in her room. And I go, it's not fair. And he goes, oh, okay, I give you money. And I was like, so maybe reach out to him, try and work with him. It depends. If they're just a regular person, I would feel bad about fucking them. If it's a fucking slumlord like I had, fuck them. If they're a corporation or like an entity, fuck them. Just leave, man. Just grab your shit and be the fuck out. Dude, the amount of people I've heard who, like, I was raised with morals, so I never cheated anyone on rent. I had a friend who was renting in Boston, and he got a Boston police officer, lady cop, who just didn't pay rent for a whole year. And he just couldn't, what are you going to do? He couldn't get rid of her. And this is funny, in a lot of the new condos in Boston, we get a lot of, our colleges there are overwhelmingly filled with students from China. And they come in, they stay for however long, they sign a lease, they just stop paying. And by the time a constable comes to evict them, they're bounced back in China. It happens. It's one of those things you realize where you're playing a game because you have morals and the other people just aren't. They don't fucking care. So weigh your options. What do you feel best with as a decent human being? And at the end of the day, fuck it, man. Like, you might not be able to break it. You might. With COVID, shit's in your favor, dude. Do what's right for you. Don't ever stay in a situation because you feel like you owe someone. All right, I used to work a very shitty job, and most of the guys who I worked with are dead now, actually. A lot of them died. Overdoses, car crash, suicide, cancer. I know quite a few suicides and overdoses. And most of the crew is, not to be dark, but they're dead. There's only me and a few guys left. And One of the guys wanted to leave, and he said, I can't leave because my friend's father got me this job. And I said, you don't know. You've been here for years, man. You don't owe your life to a person because they got you a fucking job. I said, are you happy, man? And he goes, no. And I go, then fucking leave. And he ended up dying before he left. And don't do that, man. Don't be in a relationship. Don't stay with someone just because they helped you through a hard time. You can be with someone and love them and be like, look, this person, I was dead. My boyfriend and girlfriend, they let me live with them at the time. They helped me after my father died. If it ain't there, it ain't fucking there. And you aren't going to be good to them if you fucking resent them. All right? So whatever it is that you want to do in life, don't hold yourself back because of some preconceived fucking thing. All right? Live it for you, motherfucker. Guys, once again, stay positive. Hope you feel good. If you listen to this before the election, don't take some space. If you want to tune in election night, but for the next few days, fucking just, I don't know, man, play with your dick, watch a movie, get a blowjob, smoke a blunt, work out, go for a walk, take a hike, read a book. But just don't sit around all day on Twitter and Facebook and all that shit or watching the news, because it is what it is at this point. It is what it is. And if you listen after, I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it's not figured out yet. Just be in charge of you, man. Work on you. Stay fucking positive, man. You ain't the only one out there going through some shit. The rest of us out here are going through some shit too, and we're with you. Your fellow man ain't your enemy. He's your brother. You just don't know him yet. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you once again for listening in. Peace! With a hood, yeah.